here's all the stuff. This is the new fuel pump. Here it is. Here's the accessories that came with it. So this is actually separate from that. A new gas, since I will be opening it with gas. When you open that, this tends to expand, and when you put it back in, it just makes it difficult. So it's just good to go ahead and replace this. And then here is the bracket for the fuel pump. So the fuel pump is right underneath here, so I'm gonna have to remove the back of the seat, and then I'll be able to access the fuel pump. And it smells so good in here. I really do miss driving this car, but soon. I had removed the back seat, so this right here is where the fuel pump is. So it's connected right now, being covered by this little cover. There's 3 screws. Go ahead and remove that. The cover is now removed, and here is all the connections. Go ahead and start disconnecting the stuff. And I just, from what I can remember, disconnecting these fuel line clips are a pain to get through. So be really patient, because if you break something or anything like that, you have to replace this whole line, and that is a pain to do. Before going on, I recommend just take a picture of just the layout, so you know which hose goes where. And as far as the connection, it's kind of obvious not to get that mixed up, but just for a reference, it helps out. Alright, so in order to go ahead and open this, first I'm going to go ahead and remove that, but I'll do that later. I'll just explain what I'm going to do. In order to open this, you gotta use like some sort of like a punch tool. Right now I'm just using a flathead that's like my pry bar, my punch tool, my chisel, my I don't really care flathead. So what I'm going to do is get a good corner and go ahead and hit it right here. To take this off, you gotta go counterclockwise. And I have a fire extinguisher. I hope I don't have to use it, but it's there just in case. I don't know what the special tool you'll need, but what I used were 2 small little flatheads. So right here, there's like a little clip right here, and also on the other side. So what you gotta do is push down and try to push it up, and do it at the same time pretty much, and then this will come undone. So now that I got everything both out of the way, the connections wires away, and the fuel lines, I can finally take this ring out. That beautiful smell I talked about, how it smells like clean leather in here, that went away real fast with this being open.
Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline.
As expected, I can see like the fuel line is like right above here, so I have a lot of fuel that I need to try to get rid of. And by getting rid of it, I meant by getting rid of it the correct way, of course. I used this tool, and at the end there's this room right there to put a 1/2-inch ratchet, or I used a breaker bar. So what you're going to do is you click it in, and you're going to go counterclockwise with the ratchet, and that will break it loose. And the way that this part connects to the fuel filter is, and I'm going to do this with one hand, so bear with me here if you do get the tool. Alright, so it's going to go in like that. So the part that stick out, we're going to line up with those openings, and that's when you turn it counterclockwise. And then it's going to twist off, and then it just comes out. Next is go ahead and slide in the 034 little fuel pump plate. So it's going to be with the, I don't know, the dish or the bowl facing up towards it, and this I will get like the cone side, if that makes sense. So this is where the screen's going to be. This is going to be on the top of the fuel pump. Next thing is go ahead and put in one of these little rubbers. What you want to do is go ahead and try to do your best to adjust the height. So I mean to slide this up or down. You want to just grab just one and try and make sure that where it sucks in the fuel is about the same level as this. Once you got the correct height adjustment, go ahead and tighten up this screw. There's really no specific torque value, but just do it just enough until you start giving you a resistance, and I think that should be good enough. Go ahead and install all the other black rubber. So right now there's a total of 6, so 3 up on this side, another 3 down on the bottom. Connected the top part of the basket onto the top part of these 3 rubbers. Since this fuel pump only comes with the fuel pump itself, you have to get the kit separate. So it's all right here. So next I'm going to go ahead and put in the screen. And in the screen, you'll have this 2 holes. So the main hole where that's going to be sucked in, and you got this little hole right there. So the big hole will be going in here. See where that little hole sticking out, or that little dowel right there? That's what will be going in to here to keeping this thing from twisting. And here it is installed. The main hole goes into where the fuel gets sucked up, and that little hole, you can see it goes in right there. Now it's time to put on this part of the basket, so the flat surface will be facing up. So I'm going to go ahead, and then right here you have these 3 little dowels that'll be connected to right here, these black rubber pieces. So it's going to come in from the top, bottom. And you want to align these little clippy things to with this, but at the same time to align those little dowels with these rubber pieces. So once you figure out where these clippies go at the same time with respect for these little black, little rubber things, then that's when it'll snap in together, and so far this is how it looks. Go ahead and connect the cap for the fuel pump. So this hose that I removed from the OEM fuel pump will still be reused as hose, and this part of the hose will be connecting to this part of the new fuel pump. Alright, got the hose on. It does take a little bit of force to do, and then don't forget to use the little hose clamper that comes with the kit. This kit comes with this connector here, so at this end it has some wires exposed, and this connector right here connects with this that comes from the fuel pump. Now connect the wiring from the pump to the lid of the fuel pump. So normally, like it always has, red is your hot wire and black is your ground. But in here we have, from the lid, we have a black and a yellow wire. So here it's going to be opposite. Your black is your hot wire and the yellow is your ground wire. So the black from the pump will connect to the yellow on the lid, which is the ground, and the red from the pump will connect to the black from the lid, which is the hot wire. Here is the fuel pump fully wired up. So again, this is a reminder, review. Red wire is the hot, the black wire is the ground, and this is from the fuel pump side. The black wire is the hot wire, and the yellow wire is the ground from the lid side. So from the hot wire, it gets connected to the black wire on the lid, which are hot. Black wire, which is ground from the fuel pump, gets connected to the yellow wire on the lid. So here is a view of the wires being spliced together. So now I'm going to go ahead figure out a way to zip tie, because I do have a lot of excess wire going here. Go ahead, just do your best, whatever is best for you. I'm going to do what's best for me to zip tie some things, some wires to the hoses, so it's not all dangly, but at least, it's nice and neat. Before installing the new fuel filter, now is a really good time to go ahead and put in the new gasket. Alright, just making sure that the gasket is seated throughout the opening, and that looks good. And I skipped a step here, so make sure, since I did empty out took out all the fuel that's in this tank, so I'm able to get with the rag or whatever, a cleaning cloth, able to clean down the bottom of this basket to get any debris or junk. So definitely now is a good time to do that before installing the fuel pump. So now that is out of the way, go ahead and now install the fuel pump. Alright, so the fuel pump is locked in. To lock it in, you do it clockwise. So now the next thing is there's a connector right here. Looks like the gasket got out of place. So this will connect back to the lid. Now that connector is connected to the lid. Now this thing is going to be on the outside of the basket. So just make sure that goes in. Make sure there's no wires getting pinched as the pump is being put back into its place. And the way that this gets put back, there's a little notch right here. So there's a little keyhole or notch, where you want to say, that goes towards the back of the car, towards the rear of the car. And that's how it goes in. And now, go ahead and put this ring back. And to lock it into place, it's going to go clockwise. Once you have the ring in place, go and get ahead like a flathead or whatever and a mallet, and you want to bang it to go clockwise to really get a good seal, the lid, this lock ring, whatever it's called, onto the lid. Now I'm going to go ahead and start connecting all the connectors back to their place. That's in. So this I did not disconnect, I still left this connected. So this goes in like that. And then this line right here, the one that looks like and this line right here, that comes from this part right here, connects right here, and it just clips right in. And then there's one line right here, the second line, that's it's a little smaller than the original, and that's going to connect right here. And that's going to clip in right in there. Made that clippy sound. So yeah, so this is all good to go. Next, I can go ahead and put the lid back on and put in the 3 screws that go right here, 1, 2, and 3. The 3 screws are now back in its place. So that is how you remove an OEM, wire up the new aftermarket, and how to install the aftermarket pump back into your fuel tank. And now the next part is kind of mostly your judgment call. If you want to go ahead and put in the rear seat back on, or just leave it like this just in case for whatever odd reason, which I hope it doesn't happen, is if you need to access this again. So I'm just going to leave the seat off for right now. And if I have to get it, I can just go ahead and unscrew this, and hopefully that's not the case, but yeah. So I'm just going to leave it like this just to be on the safe side. And also it's weight reduction too. Thank you for watching this video on how to install a aftermarket fuel pump, more specifically the Walbro 450 fuel pump. And again, as always, thank you for watching. I hope you guys learned something new today. Thank you and have a good one.